craziest sign that God tried to give you to stop seeing that man?
I love these questions about testimonies, how God, ancestors, universe stepped in to warn you, to try to protect you from a lover, a family member, a friend. I love it. And I've been through a lot of supernatural situations where God did not want that person in my life anymore, didn't even want me to meet that person, and I was protected. But let me tell you something. When you're protected, you can have the most dramatic situations happen to keep you from that man or woman. Listen to the red flags, the signs, the symbols. And when you don't, you can end up getting hurt, you can end up dying, you can end up having a lot of bad things happen to you because you're not listening to where God is trying to intervene. Don't gaslight yourself, don't overlook these signs. I'm gonna tell you two stories. So, one time that God was protecting me from this whore of a man that I was dating, I was going to his house for the first time. All right, I'm in my 20s at this time, I'm 40 now. And he used to come to my house all the time, right? And I used to ask him, when you're young and dumb and full of cum, you don't ask questions. Ask these men questions, okay? And I said, like, why are you always coming to my house? How come I can't go to your house? This is weird. This is suspicious. I want to go to your house. So finally, one day he says, yeah, come over to my house. I lived in Queens. He lived in the Bronx. I get on a train. I get over to his house. When I get in front of his apartment building, he's not there. And I'm like, how you not going to greet me? I'm your girlfriend. You should have been outside waiting for me. He's like, oh, I live on the first floor. I'll buzz you in. He buzzes me in. And I see him stick his head out of the door and he's like looking around. And I'm like, what are you looking for? Who are you looking for? What is going on? He was looking like suspicious, as if he was sneaking me into his apartment. And that really rubbed me the wrong way. I was just like, that is so weird. Why does it seem like he's trying to sneak me in his apartment when this is his place? I get in his place. His place looks like a man cave. At the time, he was a huge movie buff, and he had like a wall to wall built in shelf that had like thousands of DVDs. He had all his Jordan sneakers and fitted caps and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, this is his place. I don't know why he was acting weird. So we're in bed, chilling, we do our thing, and I'm about to get up and go freshen up when my kitty starts burning, guys. Okay, don't laugh at me. My kitty felt like hell was down there. I had never experienced this before. And yes, he had you know what inside of me. I jump out of that bed and I go running into the bathroom and I cut on the cold water. I close the door, lock the door, and I'm just splashing cold water. I take my washcloth I had and I am like scrubbing down there. I'm putting cold water down there and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? What is this? I'm like in my head, like, did he have something on his private? Is it like automatically an STD? Like, I did not know what it was. I had never experienced an STD. Still to this day, I've never experienced an STD. So I'm like, oh my God, is this what they mean when they say somebody burned you? I'm in my early 20s at this time, so I'm like ignorant. I don't know what the hell this is. So I'm like splashing my you know what, and he's banging on the door like, what's going on in here? What's going on? I'm like, nothing. I'm fine. Because I'm like, I got to get out of here. And just as I turn, something tells me, look on the shower rack, right? And I turn and look at the shower rack where the shower curtain is, and there is women's pajamas and underwear hanging up there, like another plus size woman's clothing. And I'm like, oh my God, he must live here with another woman, or this is his place with a woman. And I tell you, I grabbed my stuff. I don't even think I put on underwear after that. I just threw on my clothes. I ran out of there and I never slept with that man ever again. I also want to add that I did go to the doctor. The gynecologist said she didn't know why I experienced that burning sensation. I just took that as a sign from God protecting me from that whore of a man. Now, listen, ladies, your womb, Your vagina is another intelligence, okay? Your spirit is a high intelligence. It is going to let you know when that person is not right. It's going to literally reject your vagina, and your womb will reject that man or that woman that you're sleeping with. Listen to your vagina, listen to your womb. Years later, I'm walking down 125th Street. This probably was a few years ago. It's summertime and I'm shopping and I'm like, oh, let me go get some soul food at Mana's. So I look in front of me, I'm crossing the street, and I see a couple. They got on matching Jordans, matching jersey, they're in blue and white. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know, people still do that. They still match with their man or woman. That's cute. And, just as I'm crossing the street, the man turns his face and I realize it's the burning crotch dude. And I'm just like, oh, wow. He was much older than me. So I'm in my 30s at this time. He's probably like 50 at this time. And I see he kisses this woman and she goes the opposite direction and he keeps walking straight. So I just walk around him and I go into Mana's to get my food. Next thing you know, while I'm getting my food, here comes this dude. Oh my gosh, it's you? Oh wow, you look so beautiful. Can I please get your number? Let's catch up. Damn, baby, you still fine. Ah, man, I miss you so much. Let's hang out. Can I take you out? I want to take you on a date. I gave him a fake number and I just laughed all the way back to Queens. Still the same. 50 years old, still out there burning crotches.